start with you, Ken, because you shared this slide at DatCon. And I think it's helpful to I'm going to bring it to the stage. For the folks who are listening to this podcast, I have no idea how this is going to translate into that forum, but that's okay. This is for the live stuff, people who are watching. And yes, for folks who have commented, we are recording this. It's going to be available for anybody to rewatch, or they can listen to the audio. But here's the slide. What am I looking at, Ken? And what does this tell us about the market?
I don't know if it was the first, but this is a derivative work of Chris Pickett at Coyote, the Coyote curve, which, tons of folks in the industry have looked to for a very long time. And I think I am a giant fan of simplicity in analytics in general. So the reason I like this is because it's easy to understand. It's a pretty picture. It is the year-over-year percent change in rates. The red line is spot. The blue line is contract. It's a whole month. So each one, we sum up all the line haul that month. We divide by all the miles. And that's what you're seeing here. So that's this chart. It really makes the freight cycles pop, which is another reason I like it. But that's, in my opinion, it's not the be all end all. I think there's certain times where you want to look at absolute rates because that's telling a different story than this chart right now. But this is one of the charts I like to look at from like a lean back in your chair and bounce the racquetball off the wall kind of chart. So
is this telling us that the cycle that we've seen, the upswing and then the downturn, that we're getting to the new cycle beginning, a new upswing? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I guess, you could define it. I define it, based on where things flip zero. So the last cycle would have ran from 2020 to 2024, 49 months. 22 months of expansion, 27 months of contraction. And that would put us about 3.5 months into the new spot rate cycle. Contract lags behind 3 to 4 months, depending. So we're not I wouldn't declare us into that new contract cycle yet. I suspect we're going to be there pretty quick. We just spent, along with you, Mr. Leffler, a week with some of big shippers that are telling us that their bids are getting a little spicy.